Okay, so the other one recently that someone sent us is the Biden-Harris official called for queering nuclear weapons. And so basically this girl wrote this article in 2023 about how they need to queer the nuclear weapons. I think the biggest part
I'm listening.
is you make it so you can sit on them. You know?
Oh, okay.
I think you make them more cylindery, so then you
can ride them Dr. Strangelove style.
Yeah.
It's like a Sibian attachment on the nuke.
The Sibian attachment on the
Dr.
nuke.
Strangelove style. You're like,
take that, Afghanistan.
Like, is that the point? Is when you're bombing homophobic countries?
Their point, I actually looked into it because so essentially, basically, this girl's joining up the Biden-Harris campaign.
Okay.
And then so some people went through who is this person?
Sure.
And her main thing was she wrote all these.
Queer up everything.
She wants to queer up everything. And her whole thing was, it was honestly kind of a tough read. If I'm being honest, the queering nuclear weapons, how LGBTQ plus inclusion strengthens security and reshapes disarmament. So it's a tough read, if I'm being honest.
That sounds tough. I bet it was a long one too.
And essentially, okay, this is the best I'll give you of like, it's a long ass fucking thing, man. It's a lot of mumbo jumbo, right?
Yeah, for sure. This isn't just going to be a quick synopsis here.
And yes, there was a lot of parts to it, but like the thesis she's essentially making is because we call like trans people and gay people somehow different, they feel not welcome when they're in the environment
of nuclear weapons.
When they're like in the so if you have a guy that was like, trans and, autistic or whatever you want to call it, and he's like in charge of nuclear weapons, right? The stress he's going to feel at work from walking around and people like looking at him being like, oh, he's not like us. That's going to make him make mistakes.
Oh. What?
Or her. So basically the gist of it was like, if you create an environment where all these like gays don't feel good, then they're going to be like not doing as good at their job.
And so they'll kind of forget to connect one of the wires or something.
Because of the homophobia.
Because of the homophobia. They're like, I can't even think straight.
I'm 99%.
I fucked up the yellow cake recipe.
Because of homophobia.
Because of homophobia. It doesn't work.
LGBTQ plus people must navigate being different from those around them, develop the ability to listen and empathize, mobilize the skill of perseverance to make themselves heard. Inclusion creates nuclear security. Exclusion creates nuclear security risks. Exclusion and unfair treatment of queer individuals and other minorities by a homogeneous cis heteronormative community of practitioners also creates vulnerabilities in nuclear decision making. So
I just look at the meme. I'm like, I just ordered a coffee. Can I just get that, please? Just trying to get a coffee.
I don't think you understand that homogeneous cis heteronormative community of practitioners also creates vulnerabilities in nuclear decision making.
All right, how? I mean, this person probably got like a crazy grant to write this.
This girl was getting fucking bags.
This is just the example of like what's going on with like grants. For
okay, I'll read the second half of that sentence, then we'll move on because I'm telling you, this is a tough read, my friend. Cis heteronormativity is the automatic assumption that someone is heterosexual and identifies with the sex that they were assigned at birth.
So almost everyone.
It creates this idea, this fucking bizarro idea, that being heterosexual and cisgender is somehow normal or natural.
It is.
Whereas being
definitely
queer
normal
or trans is some sort of deviation. So she said, if you create this... Somehow cutting your dick off is like
normal. It's as American as apple pie. Which you can then, if you get a neo penis, you can put it in the pie.
So anyways, if you do that and you create this fucking bizarro illusion that like cutting your dick off and getting breast implants is somehow not the norm.
Sure.
They're going to make mistakes when they're launching missiles.
All right. Well, this is probably a good point to keep them out of
the Sibian missiles. But then the second, that's part one. So part two of it's probably what you said, where they're like, they want to queer up the missiles a little bit.
Like if
make them a little more fabulous.
Like if you want to make the missiles like a different color scheme, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give you that. You want to make them like how they paint the intersections with the rainbow flag?
I think, if you
we'll have a rainbow nuke drop on Iran. That's fine.
some rainbow nukes, potentially, you have some Britney Spears or Lady Gaga playing.
Yeah, like just attach a little speaker to it.
I think after it drops, so there's like the wreckage and all the people that are grabbing their family's body parts. They have
maybe the nuclear winter, because normally
I was born this way.
Yeah,
like
the
that.
nuclear winter could be all like different colors instead of just the standard white.
Rainbow nuclear winter.
Rainbow nuclear winter.
Now
so
you
then
are
you're like your
talking.
skin is melting off your face and like it's snowing glitter,
stuff like that. So I think that's also, there's a lot of different factors. But the interesting part is, if you were actually trying to interface of like, how what queering the nuclear weapons industry and military and industrial complex, it seems like there actually might be a problem where they can't stop gossiping.
Yeah.
That seems to be what's happening. Well, they can't stop like meeting with people that have, their fucking mics on and spilling every nuclear secret.
With a little camera in their
pillow talk.
Yeah. Well, I would definitely look to that when I was someone who is in charge of hiring for a nuclear program. I would consult that.
Yes.
Be like, we don't need any of these.